Wel gyfeillion, croeso cynnes iawn I chi I deml heddwch ag iechyd Caerdydd. A very warm welcome to you to this, our temple of peace and health. And this evening, we're going to be celebrating a nation of sanctuary, Cenedl Noddfa, ag mae'n hyfryd i'ch cael chi yma. I'm going to teach you 3 Welsh words as a form of introduction. So we've got 2 words for peace, heddwch and tangnefedd. Can you say that word? Tangnefedd. Oh, that wasn't very good. Say it again, tangnefedd. Ardderchog, and what does it mean? It's sort of peace, but it's a peace that has been made. And it always occurs, as far as I can see, between 2 elements. So maybe a peace between me and you, peace between me and the great being that is around us, or peace between me and myself, my body, my soul, my heart, my mind. So that's heddwch, peace, tangnefedd, this special peace, and the 3rd word is Cymru. Now, if you looked in the dictionary for Cymru, you would find Wales. Wales, in Welsh, is Cymru. But let me tell you that it is quite a different word. Wales has come from an old Anglo-Germanic stem, and Welsh, the adjective from it, means actually the others. The different people, the other ones, the foreigners. Well, we clearly didn't call ourselves others. The Welsh word for Wales is Cymru. And what does that mean? It's got 2 elements, com and brogo. Com means together, brogo, a piece of land, on the side, margin even if you like. So the better translation of Cymru, in my mind, is the together land. And as people of this together land, we're very proud to be aiming to become a nation of sanctuary, Cenedl Noddfa. And in that sense, tonight is a very special one. I have to thank the Arts Council of Wales for a grant, Create Fund, to make this possible. And for now, I'm going to hand over to the wonderful people of Oasis and the Temple of Peace, Hayley and her team from Academy Heddwch and the WCIA, who have made this possible. And later on, perhaps, I can read a poem or 2 with my new friend, Joseff Gnagbo. Felly, rhowch groeso mawr I gôr Oasis.
Thank you. I would like to emphasize how important it is to have social justice in time where there are injustice and persecution around. Thank you to Jane Hurt and her team. So we will not be celebrating Cardiff as a city of sanctuary without their work so far. More needs to be done. Me personally, I've had lived experiences here in the UK with going through social injustices, and very recently a lot of students coming into the country after paying so much money for fees, and they're still struggling with accommodations and things like that. So more needs to be done. I'm now going to read a message from the Minister for Social Justice for Wales, Jane Hurt. I am sorry that I can't be with you all this evening at your Under a Groove event. I am sure it will be a celebration of the great achievements in providing a warm welcome to all in Wales. Wales is on a journey to becoming a nation of sanctuary. I am proud that there is a warm welcome for everyone who comes to live in Wales, no matter where they come from and how they arrive. I am also very proud Wales has been able to help a great many people who have had to leave their own country because of war, poverty, or for another reason. Wales has a proud history of welcoming those who seek sanctuary here. Most recently, our team Wales Approach has helped to find new homes for a lot of people who've had to leave Afghanistan very suddenly. Some now live nearby to where we are today. Over the past 2 weeks, news of the conflict in Ukraine has raised the plight of refugees throughout the world. It is a very sad reminder that people have to leave their homes quickly, leaving behind their possessions and loved ones. We stand united and in solidarity with the people of Ukraine and we deplore the action taken by President Putin. Wales stands ready to help provide a safe space to live for those who are fleeing the humanitarian crisis in Ukraine, as it does for all those seeking sanctuary. Leaving the home country that you love, losing members of your family, or leaving them behind can be a very sad and lonely experience. Giving them a welcome and making them feel part of the community can help to make life seem happier. The Oasis One World Choir unites people through music and embodies the spirit of welcoming all. The Nation of Sanctuary plan doesn't solely belong to the Welsh government. It belongs to us all. And the Oasis One World Choir plays its part in making Wales a nation of sanctuary. Adamsdown Primary School, who are part of this celebration this evening, have shown how their pupils are welcoming by becoming a school of sanctuary. I am proud of you all and thank you for this kindness to help people to restart their lives in Wales. The theme for this year's Refugee Week will be healing, a celebration of community, mutual care, and the human ability to start again. No doubt many of you in this beautiful temple of peace have experienced how the community and care can help people to heal and to start again. From day one of arrival, this is our vision of a nation of sanctuary, and we will continue on that journey with you all. Thank you and enjoy your celebration. Love to introduce to the stage Renee Roberts, who is the CEO of Oasis Cardiff.
Thank you, my name's Renee Roberts, and I've never had anyone sign for me before, so thank you. I'm used to people translating it into Arabic and other languages. So what's been going through my mind recently is what is a refugee? It's especially been going through my mind in the last few weeks, especially as I struggle at times with the media's rather narrow view. So a refugee is a friend, family, neighbour in our global community who did not choose or wish for this title, or wish for a safe home to be able to live as they choose and be part of their community. At Oasis Cardiff, where I work and live, as I've sometimes been told, because somebody did ask me once if it was my home, we strive to walk alongside people on part of their life's journey, providing a warm Welsh welcome and sharing, often with lots of laughter, how to become involved, engaged and integrated into their new, wider community. We try to make Oasis Cardiff feel like a caring home by providing a cafe, lunch, English classes, women's sessions, employability, just to name a few of the things. In my 14 years of being part of this, often chaotic and unexpected family-style community, I'm thankful every day for how those I meet enrich my life and teach me so much. So thank you.
The cloak was made in response to the movement and words created for our Nation of Sanctuary project. celebrating the voices, cultures, and languages of people seeking sanctuary in Wales. The cloak symbolizes a gift of sanctuary given to the wearer when entering our community. Cradled in the words and images that are seen on the cloak. Through a set of workshops at Oasis Cardiff, we wrote, drew, printed, and wove a set of intentions of sanctuary into the fabric that make up this garment. The orange hearts were lovingly created by participants in the workshops in order to show solidarity with the Orange Heart campaign. Orange also being the color of the refugee flag, the colors of the cloak are joyous and uplifting, just like we want this celebration to be.
Thank you so much. So we are Oasis One World Choir, and we're going to start our set with a song that we have written called Our Nation of Sanctuary, a safe and happy place to be, all written by the choir members.
Where we
that she has written. So this is Tari, choir member Tari, to read a poem that she has written. And the choir need to come off.
The poem is in Shona and English. Rudo rwakanaka, love that is beautiful. Rudo rwakareba, love that is long-lasting. Rudo rwakadzika, love that is deep. Rudo rusingatsananguriki, love that is undescribable. Rudo rusinganzwisisiki, love that is ununderstandable.
Very short but very powerful and beautiful. So now I'd like to invite Joseff Gnagbo to come to stage to sing his version of a song that was written on the project that he worked on with Mererid Hopwood and the choir. We have two versions tonight of the poem, Itura, Oasis Home. And Joseff has it in English, in Yoruba, but also in Welsh. And the choir are going to sing from the audience gently.
Itura Oasis Home. Mankaloki, Northva. Yeah, it means, Itura means sanctuary. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah. From darkness to light, to the breeze and the cold, oh, there was shohi olai, itam horai adviu hai. Itura Oasis home, Itura Oasis home, Itura Oasis home, Itura Oasis home. Where the taste buds swell, the waters on the tongue, Martura tavodai, not we are plus pointiai. Itura Oasis home, Itura Oasis home, Itura Oasis home, Itura Oasis home. Nierezi zuva, kuerdon sime, abasawa, kugutikana. From darkness to light, to the breeze and the cool, oh, there was shochi olai, tamhora had view high. Itura Oasis home, Itura Oasis home, Itura Oasis home, Itura Oasis home. Voices singing, feet dancing like diamonds on the sea. Maisha cani mewn cor verde e montai ar amor. Voices singing, feet dancing, diamonds on the sea. Maisha cani mewn cor verde e montai ar amor. Voices singing, feet dancing, diamonds on the sea. Maisha cani mewn cor verde e montai ar amor. Voices singing, feet dancing, diamonds on the sea. Maisha cani mewn cor verde e montai ar amor. Verde e montai ar amor. Itura Oasis home, Itura Oasis home, Itura Oasis home, Itura Oasis home.
Thank you everyone. Thank you, Joseph. And I would like to invite the pupils from Adams Down Primary School on stage, please. Please give it up for Adams Down Primary School pupils.
Nation of Sanctuary. Nation of Sanctuary. Sanctuary.
Together. Oasis One World Choir.
Don't
It's your time for me. Clap your hands. Oasis, what is but swell, well the waters of the tongue. Itura, Oasis, dancing diamonds of the sea. Itura, Oasis, voices singing, feet dancing diamonds of the sea.
Voices singing, feet dancing diamonds of the sea. Voices singing, feet dancing diamonds of the sea.
Oasis home. Itura, Oasis
Thank you so much to Dosbarth Diamond, Mrs. Kareem and Majid for bringing that piece together. It was absolutely amazing, really exciting to watch. Well done, guys. It was lovely. Our next song is a song that we created, the choir created as part of a Sherman Theatre collaboration. Sherman Theatre are the first theatre of sanctuary in Wales, and they approached us to work on them to create a song. And we, with lead artists Abdurrahim El-Habachi and also Edith Crawford. And our lead artists from our choir were, sorry, my brain is gone, were Abimbola, Christiana, John and Ibrahim, all of who are here tonight. And you will hear Christiana and Abimbola with their solos as well. And the song is called Home, Away from Home. This song was written based on what the choir wanted to write their song about, basically. So enjoy.
Sadness and joy, but I was used to stay strong. Be happy and enjoy. You are always through me. You share positive energy. You are my family. Home away from home, land of splendor. I love the bliss you brought upon me. Oh, land of Wales, home away from home, you can never go wrong. I will live to cherish you. Oh, land of connecting power is so strong. He gives us hope, He gives us courage, He gives us friendship and happiness. We look ahead to a brighter future. I hold my head up high. You are my family. Oh, away from home, land of splendor. I love the bliss you brought upon me. Oh, land of Wales, home away from home, you can never go wrong. I will live to cherish you. Oh, land of Wales, home away from home, land of splendor. I love the bliss you brought upon me. Oh, land of Wales, home away from home, you can never go wrong. I will live to cherish you. Oh, land of Wales.
Thank you so much, and thank you to Abimbola and Christiana for being our duo, actually, today, yeah. So I'd like to now invite Cara Aitchison and Mike Chick, Cara is the Vice-Chancellor of Cardiff Met, and Mike Chick is the University Refugee Champion, to come and do a speech, if that's okay.
Noswaith, as someone who works in a university, I'm Cara Aitchison, President and Vice-Chancellor of Cardiff Metropolitan University. I see many amazing robes and cloaks at graduation, and as someone who came to live in Wales 5 years ago, I'm now used to some pretty amazing singing. But I have to say, the sanctuary cloak tonight is the most amazing cloak or robe I've ever seen. And the poems, the singing and the dancing has been delivered with the most incredible amount of passion and compassion. So I congratulate everyone who's been involved in this project. It's really very impressive. So I'm here really to say a few words about Cardiff Met as a University of Sanctuary, but I'm going to start from a slightly personal perspective. 24 hours ago, I received the very welcome news that my nephew, a Ukrainian citizen who runs his own business in Kyiv, had managed to make safe passage to Hungary after leaving Kyiv a week ago. He left after spending a week underground with only the clothes he was wearing and the gun he'd been issued with. The apartment he'd previously lived in was the first to be bombed in Kyiv on day 2 of this, the most recent war in Ukraine. His name is Kolya. He's talented and he's ambitious, and just like all of you, he wants nothing more than to use his talent and energy for peaceful and positive purposes in the world. But without a helping hand, his talents, energy, and ambitions will probably now come to nothing. Universities of Sanctuary can offer that helping hand to realise those talents and those ambitions by bringing hope. And Cardiff Met was Wales' first designated University of Sanctuary, and only the 4th in the UK, although there are now 24 universities across the UK committed to supporting refugees and asylum seekers. And I'm a member of the UK steering group for the Universities of Sanctuary, and we're trying to promote this endeavour across Wales and the wider UK. And Universities of Sanctuary are part of an alliance with Cities of Sanctuary and with student-led groups, the Student Society for Action on Refugees. And I think that really underlines that we can only achieve our ambitions if we all work in partnership. And this month, Cardiff Met has also appointed a new university chancellor. The chancellor has a pretty fine robe, but I have to say it's not as good as the one I've just seen. And the chancellor is really a figurehead, an ambassador for the university, someone that we want to go out into the world and to convey our values. And we talk about ourselves as a values-driven university. And our new Chancellor is Stephen Wordsworth. And Stephen's a former British diplomat who held positions in Moscow, in Berlin and Belgrade, and who has known conflict and seen persecution. And he is now the executive director of a body called the Council for At-Risk Academics, coincidentally also called CARA. And that body provides sanctuary for academics and for students who are fleeing countries because of war, because of conflict, because of persecution. And following the collapse of the government in Afghanistan last August, Cardiff Met worked with the Council for At-Risk Academics to secure a visa and a doctoral place on a programme at our university for a young woman academic from Herat University who was at risk of persecution, not just because she wanted to continue her career as a university lecturer, but also because she was a very strong advocate of women's rights. And it's been wonderful to welcome this young woman to the university, just as we've previously welcomed a number of students who have participated in our sanctuary scholarships. And I think you're going to hear from one of our amazing graduates, not just a student, a graduate, very shortly. Someone who left Ukraine after the 2014 invasion by the Russians. And at that point, this student, now graduate, was an English teacher. And I'm absolutely delighted to tell you she's still an English teacher, but she's an English teacher in Wales. And I'm not going to say any more about her because that would be unfair, because she's much better able to express her story in her own words. But I am going to leave you with something that she told me. She told me that when she came to Wales, she felt as if she had been a bird in a cage who couldn't dream and couldn't fly. And what I've seen Wales do as a nation of sanctuary is give people that hope to dream. And what I think we can do within the university sector is give people that scope to be able to fly. So I'm absolutely delighted to be leading a university of sanctuary, in a city of sanctuary, in a nation of sanctuary. This is a partnership and we can change the world together. Diolch yn fawr. Thank you very much. I'm now going to this is also a city with 4 universities with a presence, and I'm delighted that one of our fellow universities, the University of South Wales, is represented here today, also a University of Sanctuary. And I want to introduce Mike from USW. Mike.
Noswaith da pawb, good evening everybody. I'd like to begin by thanking the organisers for this fantastic event, and also for thanking again, please, the performers. I've still got goose pimples from watching the performances, so can we clap again, please? Thank you, the amazing performers. I've been working with people seeking sanctuary in Wales for about 10 years now, and in this time, really, I've had the most memorable experiences and met the most amazing people and had the most unforgettable moments of my life. And many of the people I've met over the last number of years are actually, in this room tonight, and I have learned so much about resilience, strength, and grace while people go through the most difficult of situations, not just day after day, but often week after week, month after month, and year after year. And I only have huge respect, admiration, and have learned so much from such people. But it's not only international friends who I feel I personally have learned from, but also working in this field, I've met the most amazing people from Wales who are keen to welcome and support people from across the world. And these two groups of people have convinced me that kindness and compassion will win. I've got no doubt about this now. But I think in order to win, we have to struggle and we have to fight. And I think We have to fight against, for example, the almost unbelievably cruel Home Office anti-refugee bill, for example. And we have to take every opportunity to bring people together in events like this. And when we do bring people together, we foster friendship, we build understanding, and we learn from one another. And we end up with far more enriched, far more interesting, far more inclusive communities. We also need to ensure, though, that there is support in place for newcomers into our society. And this support needs to include housing and accommodation and employment and education. And fair play to the Welsh Government, I think they are doing what they can to put these structures in place with the wonderful nation of sanctuary aspiration. So I would like to say, da iawn, well done to everybody in the Welsh Government who is pushing the nation of sanctuary ambition. For my own work in a university, I think that universities, schools, colleges, we are uniquely placed, we are crucially placed to play a really important role in creating inclusive, welcoming societies. And fortunately, in good news, just this week our university announced it was going to double the number of sanctuary scholarships it offers to people new to Wales, seeking sanctuary in Wales. And it's also massively expanded its language education programme for people, for refugees, for people seeking sanctuary who wish to study in higher education but don't speak English as a first language. This is great news, but I suspect it's not going to be enough. And certainly with the tragic events unfolding in Ukraine, it may well be that far, far more is needed. And my heart goes out to the people of Ukraine at this time, of course. But I think that this terribly dark cloud, it might have a silver lining in that I think it's forcing people to realize how awful the situation is for refugees, no matter where they come from. Sudan, Somalia, Eritrea, Syria, Afghanistan, Colombia, wherever. I really hope that this will force people to think and that compassion and kindness will win. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for making this event incredibly amazing. It's really, really fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm Zaina. I'm intern to Voices Network, and I proudly want to invite Laura, one of our Voices ambassadors, to speak and to tell us about her experience with universities when she was a asylum seeker. Thank you.
Is anything wrong? You're just looking at me like, waiting, yeah? You want me to speak? So can I ask you a question? How did you feel while you were waiting? Can you just give me like quick answers? What was, you can be honest. Nervous? Why were you nervous?
I didn't know what was going to happen.
Strange, but you feel safe here, yeah? And you felt nervous?
Yeah.
For how many seconds?
Maybe 10, I don't know.
Any other feelings? Any other emotions? What's going on? For how many seconds? Anything else? Any other? Why? So you notice how it feels like some 5-10 seconds, and we started having feeling nervous, apprehensive, what's going on, why she is quiet. Maybe she didn't prepare her speech, but we all feel safe here at this moment, but still we feel anxious, what's going on, 5-10 seconds. And people live in that situation, months, years. Sometimes I was in that situation for 7 years. But at the same time, I was among friendly people, lovely, welcoming people, but what's going to happen with the Home Office? Will they send me back to my country? And you see now it's getting worse, the situation. What am I going to do when I get right to stay? If I do it, what will happen to my children? How can I buy something what they want? And then the memories take you back, and you think about what happens back home, how your parents, your friends, and everything, and that lasts for years, not for 10 seconds. Sanctuary scholarship. So it's just two simple words, sanctuary scholarship. But there is so much meaning behind these two words. If you can see from far, what's this? Yeah, can it grow? Can it grow? Yeah. Okay, let's wait. And that is how I felt when I came to Cardiff Metropolitan University for scholarship. I was like a dog, but without soil, without water, without sun, without food. So that is how I felt when I came to Cardiff Met, like a flower bulb, without soil, without water, without rain, without warmth, without anything, broken, and my roots were taken out of my motherland. Who am I? What can I do? And there was like a small bit of green hope remaining in my heart, and I was hoping that if I try this scholarship, maybe my life can change. Maybe I will have more confidence that I can do something after I get right to stay, and I finally can take care about my children and support them better way. It was much more than only education that I got from Cardiff Metropolitan. I got that soil, I got that water, I got the warmth of the sun, and I didn't want to bring the flower pot, but I hope you see me smiling and you can understand, you can believe me that my life changed absolutely after Cardiff Met. Is there a happy ending? It's happy, yeah. After 7 years, I got right to remain, and I got into job straight away. And I work as an assault teacher in college, and I work with Mental Health Foundation, and we do the research into well-being of asylum seekers and refugees, and we want to find the solution and how to help people feel better. So it's still something close to my heart. And all this because of these two simple words, sanctuary scholarship. There is a lot behind these words. So I encourage you, if you know somebody, or if you are the person who needs a bit of soil, check the website at the end of the month. We will launch the scholarship. It was not the advert, it's just like, this is the place to be. This is the place where I found my home, when I found my sanctuary. Thank you.
I'd like to invite Joseph up to read The Water of the God Falls Down.
Mae'r teitl y gerdd yma yw The Water of God Falls Down. The water of God falls down. Agutin Zapa Apika. It's raining fire. O John Roina, a dŵr jiw yn disgyn. Mae'n bwrw dan, Mijn buru grages afin, mijn buru kathod bach man. Mijn buru kun abrogaut, mijn buru obiseri gla. Mijn dur ju in the skin, mijn buru tang.
Aku mau oris halo owa tasi aku ma abokong nia medon ni tasi oni alafia ateyo omeding guru adashi abuko dadare atia semua Indonesia nikoti wa ibino iku kana falape my mother, owner of all the rivers of the world, where all the children of the earth is going to bathe and receive the blessing of the sweet water, and to have happiness and joy. Woman with her skirt and 5 skirts to dance. Messenger of a muffin, thank you.
Thank you so much, June Campbell-Davis, Majib and Ibrahim, and also Fionn Campbell-Davis for the soundtrack, and Dr. Adiola Dewis. Our next song is our song to our ancestors. It's a song about, I think we're all doing a lot of looking back at the moment. Why did things happen? How can we do things better? What were the good things that our ancestors did? This song is a really positive message, and there's lots of space in it. Space to think, space to remember, space to create as you want it as well. So, message to choir, create as you want.
Here's a story rising from the sea, remembering forefathers and ancestry. We've not got you and never will. From ancient wisdom we've learned Grandmother's voices from distant shores, calling to me. Memories of our natural laws, calling to me.
Thank you very much. And now I'd like to invite Mererid Hopwood and Joseff Gnagbo to recite a poem together, and then I'll explain then. Do you want a microphone each?
Iawn. Unro tange codet dashte bash, tadayere, tadayere.
Siriri ake nangere ape. Tadayere, tadayere.
Sorosoke ayum koninumi. Welcome, friends. Ffrindiau croeso.
Ishakol sach. Ninakupenda. Dede mama, dede dada.
Mebaola, mebaola. Tadayere, tadayere.
Compassion. Achidem demlo. Tadayere, tadayere.
Calicandi am nasol heddwch a thang nefedd.
Siriri salam. Amnaso. Heddwch a thang nefedd.
Alafia dunia, dunia, dunia.
Heddwch a thang nefedd.
And just to say that the workshops that we had with Mererid and Joseff were totally inspiring. It was great, and there were several different languages in that poem, all sort of creating a lovely soundscape and a lovely meaning as well. So our next song is called Lifting Up My Mind, and this was the choir writing a song. I'm just going to announce it. We had workshops. Well, we had a workshop with someone called Molara Alwan about to sort of talk about Black Lives Matter and what was going on and the pain that some people in our choir were suffering. And as a result of that, it sort of set us off on a different track of songwriting. So this song we had put from all choir members and our sort of Welsh volunteers as well. So listen to the words because they're great, and please do join in. There's some really repetitive bits that you can join in with. We'd love that if you did.
My shoes.
we have 2 more songs to do, and we'd love it if you joined in. Our next song, we need Christiana and Abimbola as soloists, and it is a Nigerian Yoruba song called Odunde. So maybe Christiana could say something about Odunde. That would be really lovely.
Good evening, all. Odunde, Odunde, Odunde Atuyo. It's time for celebration. We are rejoicing.
So I'd now like to introduce our amazing project manager, Tracy Pallet.
Before our last song, I just want to thank everyone so much for coming. What an amazing evening. Thank you so much. And a few thank yous before our last song. You're going to join me, Harry? So, thank you to Hayley Richards. I think she's here somewhere. Zaina of Voices Network, thank you so much. Mrs. Kareem from Adamsdown Primary School, I think she's gone. And Oswald Diamond, Jane Hutt, Renee Roberts, who's at the back there, thank you so much for coming. Dr. Adiola Dawes, who was in the music video for the Atura dance. The Arts Council of Wales for making this all making this all possible. Abby Hubbard, the artist who worked with everyone to create the amazing cloak. The lovely Keith and Joel, and of course, the amazing Catherine here, who's doing the signing. Thank you so much. I think that's it. And thank you to all of you, of course. And to the amazing Laura. And June. Amy doing the filming. Thank all of you as well. and Harry. And Oasis. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you so much. So we're going to end our set with a song called Tina Simonier, which is a song, a Xhosa song, a South African song, meaning we are together, we are family. Abimbola is going to lead us, and we're all going to follow her very carefully out of the room. And you are welcome to follow us and sing with us on the way out as well. But we'll sing here first of all, so you can learn the song.
Tina Simonier, Tina Simonier, Sirabane, Tina Simonier, Tina Simonier.
together.